From 1984 to 88, I live in Rainier. It's not a good place to live because you don't get freedom outside and doing other stuff, like get a job or get on a bus. The only thing you got Rainier is nothing to do, but you're escorted to and from places, put you on restriction. I love my life. It's better if I get to do things. Otherwise, you don't have that right at Rainier.
He lived in Turcrest for 9 years, and during that time he had several broken bones, several broken femurs, a broken hip, had to have surgery for scoliosis. Since he's been here in the community, he has not had one broken bone, and I don't think he's even spent overnight in the hospital. Right before we left Fircrest, they told us that they would be surprised if he lived 6 months in the community. And here we are 4 years later to say that definitely wasn't true.
My son Alan is involved in living in the community. He was diagnosed as autistic at 14, lived at home for the first 21 years of his life, became unmanageable and went into Fircrest on a respite care basis, and he ended up spending 15 years there, and we were told he really couldn't live in the community by most of the Fircrest staff.
What would Alan be like now if he still lived at Fircrest?
Well, I think by this time Alan would probably be dead, or he would have killed somebody at Fircrest, because he was that violent, and the self-abuse to himself and the staff abuse to him. He wouldn't have lived another 10 years.
There were times when I did feel isolated because the institution was so far from town. No, I can't imagine living in an institution again. It would do me in to go back. I'm planning on living in the community for the rest of my life, and die in my own bed is what I sincerely want.
Can you imagine living in an institution?
No way. I can't imagine. Your rights are basically taken away from you.
People with developmental disabilities need support to live in communities, in affordable houses and in typical neighborhoods rather than segregated settings. Large congregate settings should not be an option for a living environment for people with developmental disabilities. Public funds must support inclusive communities that provide living, playing, and working together in an integrated society.
If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me.